Alright, well, we're on the train going to Chicago. Gonna go see the 2019 Chicago Auto Show.
Should be
Lots
great.
of good stuff there.
A lot of new crap you can't afford.
Yeah, a ton of stuff you can't afford.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much all of it.
Yeah. True.
Taking this nice long ride. Blair.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, we made it off. Alright, boys.
Alright.
We're
here.
on in.
Alright, so we're in Chicago now. We're in Ogle Beach Station. And because of that, you know where we gotta go to eat. Taco Bell.
Taco smells.
Of course.
We're here in McCormick. Got these nice water things.
Wow.
You guys
A water? You mean like a water fountain?
Water fountain, yeah.
Water things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, those water.
There's currently a really long line.
Yeah, give them a view of that line.
Yeah, the line for the tickets is a minute, so we'll see you guys there soon. We made it in. Look at all these cars. Look at all those. Right now we're in the Hyundai section. We got a bunch of Velocities. Look at how sexy this is. Okay, here we have the original 1991 Acura NSX.
Really significant car for the time. I mean, this is one of the cars that got the Japanese car battle going with the 300ZX, the Supra, the 3000
This was
GT,
beat
all those cars.
Lamborghinis, Ferraris.
Oh yeah, no, this thing
was
crazy
way
fast for
better.
its time.
So here's the original versus the new 2017? Acura 2016?
Probably.
Acura NSX. Now, that is a very rare car right there. So beautiful. My personal opinion, this one's even better.
I don't know, this one looks better, but I mean, significance is. Which one would I own? I would own the new one.
I'd own the new
But
one.
I do think that one is more special.
As an investment, the old one is worth way more.
Oh yeah.
Here we have the LC 500.
Yes, this is Lexus's kind of big luxury coupe, 5-liter V8. It's got I think 470 horsepower. This one's just over $100,000, but I
This
mean,
one retails for 106.
106. But I mean, look at this. It's just
One thing from the
Full enamel.
Japanese,
Great leather.
from the Japanese for a sports car like this, you really know you're actually getting $106,000 worth of car. I mean,
yeah.
they obviously put a lot of work
I
into this.
genuinely, this is the one car that I can get in it and say it could be an Italian sports car.
Yes. This
Very
is,
beautiful.
100%. This is beautiful.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Infinity coming in with an interesting design. I don't know if I like it,
I don't know what we're actually looking at here.
but
It
it's
is
got a
definitely
steering wheel.
A very astonishing concept.
I honestly don't know if I like this.
I don't know what it is.
I feel like remember like the original like Ben 10 like cars.
Yeah.
I feel like it looked like that.
This is extreme.
Alright guys, here's our car coming up once we make enough.
Oh
The
yeah.
Audi R8.
We're all gonna have one of
We're all
these,
gonna
every
have
one
one
of
of
us, because
Every
we're
single
YouTubers,
member.
you know,
You
you
can
gotta
make it
have that,
possible.
right? Yeah.
Every single member gets one.
You don't even have a choice.
Every subscriber can get a ride in our Audi R8.
Yeah.
Everyone, if you can find
And when
it.
we're really big, every subscriber is gonna get an Audi R8.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
don't hold me to that.
Yeah.
Just, we'll find out soon. Here we have the Dodge Hellcat.
Isn't it so impressive? It looks just like a regular one.
It looks just like a regular Hellcat.
I'll give it. It has a lot of power, but in every other way, it remains mediocre.
Here we have the Jeep course. This Jeep's going up.
Jeeps can go over hills. They also have extremely squeaky brakes, as we can tell right now.
Now,
They can go down hills too.
look at the metal they're on. Literally any car can go down that.
Yeah, just about.
Wow. We're here at the most exciting cars at the Chicago Auto Show.
It's beautiful.
The nice Ford utility van.
You know, if you want a car that you can step into and stand in,
Oh yeah.
I can somewhat say that.
You know, it's nice and roomy. You could even sleep in here. That looks like a nice bed to me.
yeah. Is this gonna be the new Wired Studios
Oh yeah.
when we go
Sitting up in
homeless?
here.
Yeah, we go.
So in here we've got Car of the Year.
Car of the year, Genesis G70 right here.
Genesis G70.
These start actually only at, I believe, about 35,000. You actually can get this with a 6-speed manual, which is surprising for a modern day car in general,
Oh, yeah.
and especially a luxury
Especially here in
car.
America.
35.
Yeah, 35,000. It's not like you got quilted leather and stuff here, perforated leather. A good amount of options. It doesn't feel crazy luxurious, but this is the entry level Genesis.
Oh, yeah.
I think we should check out the G90 after this.
Go see that. In here we've got the Maserati.
I think it's a Quattroporte. Probably it's a four-door, so you know that just. Oh no, it's a Ghibli. I was wrong.
It's a Ghibli.
So a tiny Quattroporte.
I do like the Ghiblis, even though they've gotten cheap.
Yeah, some of the
Not good
buttons in here are obvious. You know, they're owned by Fiat buttons. Overall, it's not. I mean, the interior is really not that bad. It would still be a fun car, no doubt.
Oh, yeah, for
This. I mean, you got the shifter feels solid.
You're gonna use
Paddles
paddles
feel
for the
solid.
big
Your
ass.
steering wheel, all the stuff you're going to be touching a lot feels solid. It's just when you're
The
paying this
switches that you
much
don't
for a car, you see stuff like cheap switches like this, and it just kind of will irk you.
Definitely.
Oh, that's how you get the screen so you can like actually see it. There we go.
Yep.
I can't put your groceries in.
And that's
So here we have an all-electric supercar, the Karma something.
They're calling it a supercar. I may disagree.
I
but-
kind of disagree when the 0 to 60 is
I-
5.4 seconds, top speed's 125.
yeah.
the 0 to
it-
60 is not that disappointing.
it
The
looks
top
really
speed for me
nice.
It
is
looks cool.
Look at that
a
badge.
little bit disappointing.
But the thing
That is
is,
a really unique badge.
I don't want to buy a supercar just for it to look cool and that be about it.
Oh yeah.
I'd rather just, I would take a Tesla over this. I would take a Model S.
Yeah, I would. Too.
And it's cheaper.
I would
so.
too.
All right, so here we got the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the fastest production SUV currently available.
What's it 0 to 60?
I believe 2.9 seconds. It could be 3.1. I'm not a total expert.
Well, for an
Either
SUV,
way,
that's
that is
still
insanely fast for
insane.
an SUV.
You
And
can see they got.
it costs less than $100,000. I believe.
You can see they have the traditional Alfa Romeo 4-leaf clover.
That is a clean.
It's beautiful. It's got a Ferrari developed motor in it, just like the Quadrifoglio sedan. I dig it.
I don't know what that means for reliability.
Oh, it
but
probably means bad things
I'm
for
sure
reliability,
awful,
but
but
it'll be fun while it's running.
It's going to be a lot of fun while it lasts.
Oh yeah, the Bentley and the
Bentley,
Rolls. Let's go check those out. Here we got a Lego Trail Boss. From a distance, it looked like a real truck. Here's what the actual truck is.
It looks a little more useful, this one here.
You know, I think this one's a little more useful.
Yeah?
A little bit.
So we've got the Fiesta ST
Okay,
here.
we've got the Fiesta ST.
Turns out it likes
Alright.
to be played with.
All right, folks, you know, your Focus ST manual. Well, you know, this is what auto shows do. You got to pump it up to get it going.
That doesn't seem right.
It's not right.
Top quality.
Oh, Ford, I love you.
Yeah,
but
my
can
foot
you
is not on
be
the clutch
crap?
and I can shift through every.
In here, we have one of the boringest cars ever.
The Ford Fusion.
Ford
The base model Ford Fusion.
Not
So-
not much of anything going
We got a
on.
little turning knob for our gear
Oh,
shift,
apparently you turned it on.
which apparently I'm doing something, but nothing's up.
Oh, what? How did you?
Didn't like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it argued. at
Apparently,
me.
if you try to put it in drive, that honks the horn. Great design.
Yeah.
You've got,
I don't know
you
how
know,
that happened.
black plastic.
Viewers, if you're not fortunate
This
enough to come to this
brand new car. Look how cheaply made this is.
Oh my goodness.
It will rattle already, and it's brand new.
And this starts at $25,000.
$25,000 for a car that does this. This is bad.
My car was $12,000. It's got leather seats. It's got More than this.
Only good quality
This
of
is-
car? Come here, follow me. You can hide the body.
That is a.
You get trunk space.
You get
but
some
you know
trunk space.
they did a good job hollowing out the back. So,
Yeah,
So you can hide the
Great.
so you can hide the bodies.
All right, so we got the new Supra here, and as everyone's talking about, yes, it is on a BMW platform, and yes, it has a BMW motor in it.
What is that
So,
a problem?
Yeah, is it really a problem? Because
Think
it's
about
already
it.
a
You're
tried.
getting a BMW for
It's
current
already a
prices.
reliable BMW motor. Yes, it may be a little expensive to fix, but there's a ton of aftermarket for it already. It is a good motor, and I mean, this just looks great.
What people don't realize is that the 2JZ was actually farmed out to Yamaha.
Yeah.
Quite frequently, so they really weren't even getting this way out of built
And
2JZ.
for the complaints on the price point,
What's the starting price on this?
I believe 50,000, which
50,000?
people aren't happy about, but they were 35,000 back with the Mark IV, and in today's money, that's about $50,000. So
So you're looking at what, 90% BMW, the Toyota badge.
yeah, maybe like 80%
80%, okay.
BMW.
Alright guys, here we've got the Ford GT.
I'm
Looking
digging the old Golf
sexy
livery.
as usual.
Yeah. We can't sit in it because, you know,
It's probably
we're not
now,
cool.
if it still works the same way, don't you need to get an invite to buy this car?
Yes, you do.
So Wired will be there soon. Just
We
wait.
also don't have adjustable seats. It's interesting.
Interesting.
All right, we got the new GTR here. They didn't really change it up too much. Just some changes to the design. But I mean, it's still one of the fastest cars in the world you can buy. It's what, $100,000?
This is the sexy machine.
You know, 18 city, what is that? 18 city, 22 highway. Not good, but considering it can take you to 0 to 60 in like 2.8 seconds, not that bad. $99.
Just in case you're really thinking of buying this one, it starts at 117,000.
But you get a 565 horsepower and 460.
You do get 565 horsepower.
Yep.
Active zone. Place phone. So we've been getting a lot of snow in Wisconsin lately. So Wired here, we've decided we're gonna cash in a check on this truck right here to get us through it.
Yeah.
You know, we want to keep bringing you content. We can't let the snow stop us, so we're gonna use
Snowmobiles
this.
only seat 4 people.
Our first
Yeah.
paycheck for this
At
channel
least
will buy
6.
this.
Yeah.
We gotta go for this.
Here we have the indoor test footage. The Kia is doing a lot better than a Jeep ever will. Moderately impressive.
Do you drive it or somebody else drive it?
I think you can drive it.
I think
Right-
you
right now it's-
drive it with someone. I think. But you do get to drive.
not doing anything.
We get those on the daily.
Stinger right here.
This thing is clean.
The cleanest Kia there is.
You'll clean it?
Assuming it's
I
locked.
did. Yeah.
Locked up.
Man, that's So Honda here has a Honda Owner's Lounge, and since none of these schlubs own one,
Not yet.
I get to go to the private Honda
So, yeah.
Owner's Lounge and get my free gift.
So he's gonna go chill in the exclusive lounge. We're
Yeah.
gonna go look around some more.
See what I get. All right, we got in the exclusive
You got
Honda
in the
area. Got him in as
Honda
plus one,
Owners.
you
He's
know.
not a Honda owner. He's
I am not a
fake.
Honda owner,
Fake.
but I did get in
But
anyways.
check it out, they got a slick ass keychain.
Did you get the keychain?
I did
He
not
didn't
get the keychain.
They just let you in.
I have a Honda lawnmower, but they didn't quantify
Doesn't
that.
count.
So
Doesn't count.
Okay.
All right, so we got the Civic Type R here. We got a ton of carbon fiber here. I don't know if it's real. I will say, seats really surprisingly comfortable.
very bolstery. If you're a
Yeah,
bigger
you're-
guy, you're not going to be comfortable in this. That's what I will
Yeah,
say.
you want to be small for this car.
These
You
are-
are
yeah.
locked in though. It's good, perfect size for me.
Definitely,
Let
you
me
can
get
tell
a
it's inspired by our car.
nice
I
roundabout
dig the
view.
interior. It looks good.
I will say the rims on this car are beautiful.
Yeah, I dig the color. I mean, I
Really
like
nice.
I like this car a lot. I don't know if I would pay the price for one. It's what,
Let's go get a
35,000
trunk
if
view.
you're lucky to get it for
Yeah.
that sticker price.
More like 40K.
Yeah.
One thing that Alec pointed out.
Got a nice big spoiler on this. It's a sexy car. These rims especially, those are some nice rims.
Let's see, how much of the aero on here do you think is functional?
There's a lot of angles on this.
Yeah, lots of angles going on here. They did not stop designing this car. They just kept going.
Such a sexy badge.
Yeah.
And you get the exclusive red Honda badge.
A lot of people
with the
don't
double
like their
spoilers.
spoilers on spoilers idea. I think it looks just amazing.
I like it. I do like it.
Guys, back from the show. We're on our way back right now. It was a really good time. Saw a lot of neat cars, a lot of unique experiences. So stay tuned for more from our. We're gonna talk about what cars we liked when we get back.
Just gonna talk about the Chicago Auto Show we just attended. We just got back last night, and we've had some time to think about the cars. So we're gonna talk about what was our favorite.
Just got some thoughts, general thoughts about what we liked, what we didn't like.
Yeah.
What impressed us the most.
Oh, jeez, dog.
So yeah, like what was your takeaway from the show?
Well, I gotta say, what surprised me the most, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, the Dodge Ram.
Yeah,
I
completely agree.
I'm not a truck person at all. I wouldn't buy one anyways. But out of all the trucks I saw, the Dodge Ram surprised me the most because that would have always been my last choice until I saw this one.
Are you talking the Dodge Ram Limited?
Yes,
That was
the
a really
Limited.
nice one.
Yeah,
It
it
was custom stitching all around it. It was beautiful.
Yeah, huge touchscreen.
I'm not a truck guy either, but I would buy that car.
I've owned a Dodge truck. Didn't have the best experience with it, but I would actually consider.
I would buy it.
Looking at that truck, I would consider buying another.
Would it be my first choice of a truck still?
No.
Probably not, simply because of the price. I mean, the Limited to get the good stuff was what, 68,000? I want to say.
up
The
Which,
Limited was like 80,000.
It
Okay,
was
well,
up there,
The base
yeah.
price for that truck's like 60,000.
okay, so yeah, no, I wouldn't pay that much, but it did have the most impressive truck interior I've ever seen. I will give it that.
I would agree.
I would say I was also impressed by Genesis once again.
Yeah.
A very affordable luxury, especially compared to it.
Amazing vehicle.
I can see why the G70 got Car of the Year. It's, I mean, what it was $33,000 starting price, and it was
Incredible
on par
bargain.
with BMW and Audi.
Yeah, I'm not sure we captured this on film, but that car has easily the best sound system I've ever seen in a stock production.
Yeah, that was a really
Amazing
good
sound
sound
system.
system in it.
Yeah, just absolutely amazing.
Now, I was pretty disappointed by the fact that BMW and Mercedes did not show up at the auto show. I'm pretty into the luxury cars, the nicer brands, and we're actually taking a Mercedes around the country later this year. Would have loved.
That will be a video.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
would have loved to see what the interior was like, but they weren't there. Neither
I was
BMW.
disappointed about that as well. Yeah, I was actually quite shocked that BMW and Mercedes just mailed it in because for Audi and Volkswagen just took it away from the Germans and they had amazing products.
You know, I actually gave that some thought, and I'm curious if it has to do with this show being in the U.S. and the recent import laws that we're trying to impose. Because we know our president doesn't seem to like these German brands so much.
It's
So was it a
possible.
statement? Maybe.
It's possible, but
I
I,
don't
mean,
know.
It's possible.
Audi made it. I mean,
Maybe
so-
Audi didn't care. I
Who
don't
knows,
know.
yeah.
Audi didn't have competition, so
Yeah, no,
we
it
only
was.
saw Audi for the German market.
Yeah.
Audi was there, Porsche was there, but then Volkswagen. But other than that, no other German brands. Which,
For cars, I was disappointed with specifically. The new Ford Fusion was.
That was
Wow,
so
that
boring.
was cheap.
that
Boring
was cheap.
and cheap. And it,
Yeah.
well, the price tag wasn't all that cheap, starting at $25,000, and the interior looks like a car that should have been $18,000.
You're much
It
better
was
off with an Accord.
Very disappointing. Yeah, I'd definitely choose the Accord first. See, Cadillac, I don't want to say I was completely disappointed with. It's just there's some tweaks they need to make.
Their
They're not
seats
comfortable.
are not comfortable.
That
And they
is
should
one
be.
thing that Cadillac has gone away from since the 70s, and I think they should go right back to it, is they're making the seats designed for sports vehicles, but people who buy Cadillacs aren't looking to go around corners that quickly.
The only sporty
you want,
Cadillac is
you
like
want
the
to sit on a
CTS.
couch
Yeah, the
and,
CTA.
just be bathed in luxury when you're driving the Cadillac.
Yeah, that's
And-
always been the
and
thing.
that's, get that anymore. It's like you're riding in a lumber wagon.
Honestly,
it's ridiculous.
Volvo did a better job of having.
Volvo
a
had
nice-
Volvo
very
interior
impressive
was
interiors this year.
amazing.
had a
They
really
weren't
comfy inside.
flashy at all, but they were very, very
It was
refined,
elegant.
and I like
Just
that.
very simple and elegant.
I was shocked by Lexus and how some of their
Yes.
stuff is beautiful.
The LC500
gorgeous.
seriously looks like an Italian sports car on the outside and the inside. I wish I could give it a drive. to find out
Incredibly
if it drives like
expensive,
one.
but I would have.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then,
the price tag
yeah.
was what was it? I think it was 90. It was just under 100
It was
base.
106.
You
That-
can
that
technically
amount.
get one for 96,000, but that's bare bones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you're paying $96,000 for a bare bones.
Yes.
Automobile.
Yeah. Why would you not get the options? Right?
Yeah.
But it's expensive. I wouldn't pay that much for it, but I can see where the price tag came from, at least on that car, because it was.
Yeah.
I mean, all of its competitors, it just blew out of the water.
Oh yeah,
I think.
definitely,
Definitely.
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 And
But
then- I'm upset that Ford is canning all of their compact sedans, coupes,
Yeah,
They're
they don't
keeping
even
the
have
I
Mustangs
think that's
there.
I think
but
that's a
they
mistake.
didn't have
personally.
a Focus there.
Yeah.
This is the Focus's last year, and they didn't even have an RS or an ST.
Yeah.
They had the Fiesta ST,
Yeah.
which is cool, but I mean, Focus is their name.
It's more their
car.
flagship,
Uh-huh.
compact. Yeah, absolutely. And I think they're making a big mistake with that. I think by cutting all of their smaller vehicles, I think they're just allowing the other American manufacturers and the imports to just take away all those sales.
The Honda Civic, Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
They're
just throwing in the
liking-
towel, and I don't
They're
think
just giving up
they
completely.
could just do better.
And
They could just make the
yeah,
cars
the
better
funny
if they
thing
wanted
is
to compete.
the import domestic war has been going on for 40 years now,
And now they're just
and
giving up.
and they've been kind of neck and neck for a while. So for Ford to just kind of throw in the towel completely with their car sales is just ridiculous in my
Yeah.
mind.
Mhm.
I think it's a cheap grab at maximum profits, and
Yeah.
because I know SUVs are popular. I think, is my own personal philosophy, that SUVs are going to fall out of popularity drastically in the next 10 years.
I hope they do. I'm
And
tired
I
of
think
them.
it's
I'm not a
going to
fan.
go back to sedans or coupes.
There's very few SUVs I would look at and say I would buy that.
That was-
Lexus,
The
makes
Blazer,
one.
the new Blazer was impressive. I did like that.
I don't get the hate on the Blazer. I think it's one of Chevy's coolest cars right now,
I
and it's
agree.
an SUV, so
I
I
agree.
don't get the hate.
That was my biggest disappointment with automotion as a whole. Is 70% of the cars that were just
There's too many SUVs.
I didn't enjoy just going to a brand and see, oh, here's 10, 20 different SUVs. That
Did you say automotion?
Chicago Auto Show.
Yeah, don't listen to
We'll
them.
cut it out.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
Car, I think we should definitely talk about the new Supra. I mean, we already have some film of it.
Mhm.
It's under. I mean, there's a lot of people hating on the new Supra.
Another
Which
car
I
that's-
understand.
doesn't
people
It's
are
not a
disappointed
Toyota.
with it.
That's the thing.
It's not a Toyota, and that does suck
It's
because it
90% BMW.
I would have liked to have been
80%.
more Toyota, but I still think all around, it's a cool car, and it's
It
something
looked
I'd
really
still
nice.
probably buy.
See, I think that Toyota at this point is just not willing to throw a lot of development money into their own vehicle, but they
Yeah.
still want to maximize on the profit of. Look at what the FRS and the BRZ did for Subaru and Toyota. It's enormously popular, but it wasn't a real performance car.
Toyota's just starting to climb out of their boring selves they have been
Yeah.
for a while,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah,
glad
for
to see
the past
it.
15 years have just been
Because the most
economy.
Yeah.
boring car has probably been the Corolla the past 10 years.
Yeah,
Even
and-
that's getting better now.
yeah.
It's
The
getting
new
better.
Corolla hatch is actually a pretty sharp car. The
Mhm.
sedan's still kind of. But the
it's
hatch
what
is
you
actually
get.
pretty cool
You're-
looking.
You're buying a nice, fuel-efficient, drive-to-work car.
Yeah, because nobody buys a Corolla because they want to go have fun. They
Mhm.
buy a Corolla because they just don't want to deal with car stuff. They just want to get there.
Exactly. It's an appliance.
But if they're following the tracks of Honda, and their Civics look beautiful.
Yeah, whereas the Civic looks very sporty and
The Sport
I love
Hatch is one of my favorite cars of the
Yeah.
year.
Oh yeah.
speaking of the Civic, I think we should talk about the Type R.
Yes.
I really dig it. I know there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of, maybe it's because I'm young. I know probably a lot of older people don't
A
really
lot of
dig the
people look
styling
at
on it.
a lot
No,
of people
my
look
dad
at the
doesn't
back
like
end
It's
and
rather
they think
boy
it's
racer.
obnoxious, but
Because the hot hatch trend
It's-
is more for people our age. You don't see
Yeah.
older people buying
Yeah.
hatchbacks.
no.
At least not the sporty ones. They'll buy them
Yeah.
for the utility.
Now,
but
the price tag on the Type R,
And
if you can get it for its intended price,
Like
like $35,000,
I think that's
It's still a little expensive, but it's not that bad.
I think
but
it's
the
well priced.
markups where people are paying like $50,000 and stuff, no way. I wouldn't even
yeah.
consider
You're not
it.
finding one less than 45,000 at a dealer.
Yeah, and I mean, there's some dealers you can get lucky. You really got to work a deal, but they're still going for over sticker price typically.
Yeah.
But a 6-speed manual Civic, 300 horsepower. It is the fastest front-wheel drive car in the world, if you care about that record. But I don't know. It looks like it would be a fun car. The interior was nice. It was.
Yeah.
I like it. I don't think it deserves the hate it gets.
I mean, personally, I'm probably gonna buy a Civic hatch as my next car.
I'd like to get the new Civic hatch myself. I'm driving
And
around
one
in an
comment,
07.
one comment for the loud design and how it can only appeal to our younger generation. You look back through history, the Plymouth Superbird, the AMT Scrambler, they were all older cars from the 60s and 70s that had extremely loud and obnoxious designs that were enormously popular.
Yeah.
And they sold like crazy. And so you can't tell me that just because it has, 2 spoilers on it, that it can't sell.
I don't
and that
think
it's
standing
ridiculous.
out is a problem.
Because
I'm okay with standing
those
out.
cars stand the test of time because they were unique.
And I think the Type R will stand out.
I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This
Give it
generation
lots of-
looks
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, it looks good. All right.
So.
Really enjoyed the show. If you're in the Chicagoland area, I definitely recommend going to see it. There's a ton
Definitely
of cars
worth
there,
it.
especially if you're looking to buy a new car right now. They will probably have what you're looking for, unless you want a Mercedes or a BMW, apparently,
Yep. You gotta go
or a
somewhere else for
Mitsubishi.
that.
But
Yeah,
Are
we
you
were
bu-
gonna
are you
we were
buying
gonna
a
make fun of the
Mitsubishi?
Mirage, but they didn't even show up.
they didn't even show up. So yeah.
Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
So.
So it was fun. I mean, we went last year, and I thought it was better last year, but it was still fun
Yeah,
this year.
it was good this year, but yeah, I do think there was. I don't know. It felt bigger last year.
It did.
Maybe I'm just crazy,
Yeah.
but
It did.
Well, I think a lot of non-car companies bought up spots there. They had a giant State Farm booth. They
Yeah.
had
well, Ford bought half of one of
Yeah,
the sections
Ford
for all their
bought
commercial vehicles, and that's
enormous
just
sections.
boring.
But
Yeah. So
yeah.
I think
Alright.
we're gonna wrap up this little discussion,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see you next time.
Let us
Stay
know what
tuned.
you think of all these new cars.
Oh
Yeah.
please do.